Good morning, good evening, or good night to the lovely people watching. Unhinged here, or Noxels. Fear and failure. You know, when you fail something, if you can learn from it, you won't repeat the same mistake. If you fail something and you keep failing at the same thing over and over and over again, and you don't seem to learn from that previous mistake, you're stuck. Something needs to change. You need to understand that the failure you just did, or the thing that just happened, and you did it exactly the same as last time, is the reason you failed. I'll give you an example. Today I succeeded, but I failed at the same time. So earlier today I donated blood, and I have a fear of needles. I hate it. Just the slightest, this like in under the skin, it drives me bonkers. But that's a problem I have to face. And you may be asking, how did you fail by donating blood? Because last time I donated blood, I did exactly the same thing. I was able to follow through by donating blood, but I wasn't breathing correctly. I was stressing and I was really stiffen up in my muscles and not really relaxing as I should have, because I was now facing something that triggers fear. One of those fat needles that poke under your skin, and you have to give blood with it. I didn't learn anything from last time because I was just so focused on giving, not passing out itself. I was just sitting there, staring into thin air, tightening and stressing my muscles. You know what I should have done better? Manually breathing and focusing on my breath instead. Because then I would be focusing on something else, and I would reduce the focus on the needle or the problem itself by 50%, and it would have gone much more smoother. I am grateful, however, that I was able to donate blood and check it off on my scoreboard, and I'm really grateful for that, to be fairly honest. But I'm still kind of disappointed in myself that I was just sitting there, just kind of like that. And when I was finished donating blood, the release of sensation, just like, I'm done. And then I came home and I was just like, shit. I still don't feel proud. Because I was still too tense. I didn't learn from failure from last time. But if I continue to beat myself up, I'm just gonna go down this hole and just being depressed, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to ruin my own day. I should think of the positive instead and say, you know what? I donated blood. Not everyone around me does that. There are so many people around me that just don't donate blood because they don't see the benefit of it. I saw the benefit of it, and I got this cool little mug. Cute little mug. I could pick whatever on, I could pick this in between a lot of other stuff. I just wanted a purple mug. I don't give a shit what the motive on it is. I just like it. I find it cute. And then another thing I realized, I donate blood. Not everyone can donate blood either. I can donate blood because my immune system works. The plasma in my blood is really good. I figured out my blood type, and I'm clean. Clean as in I don't have any diseases like HIV, herpes, or whatever, stuff like that. And I'm grateful for that. And when I started to shift my perspective of thinking more positive of, there's more positive to this today than there is negative. So if I if I focus on the positive instead compared to the negative and start to follow the path of the positivity thinking, my body will be more relaxed, right? The same goes for if I say to myself, I will never be great. What will happen in a long period of time? with that mindset, I will never be great. I will never achieve anything. But if I change my mindset, even when I failed, at least I gave it my best shot. At least I did this. Compared to, and you can even compare yours in this phrase. I actually compare myself with other people that don't do it. I got an appointment going to the blood bank by donating blood. Some other person that is at work right now hating their life for not doing anything. And I'm grateful for being a better type of person. And yeah, I sound like a complete asshole when I have that type of mindset, but it kind of makes me feel better, just like, yeah, I saved a life. I remember, hold on, I think I can find the message. Blood bank. They send you a message whenever, in my country they do it at least. They send a message out when your blood has been transferred to another human being. And imagine that the blood that I gave today, maybe down the line in a couple of months, some random person I don't even know exists, or that person doesn't even know that I exist, but just that little bag of blood helped save the life. By doing something very small like that, I've gained something massive in the long run. I know my blood type. I know that my blood is being used to something good. I know that I am in the range of a healthy group of people here in my home country. And overall, I should be more proud of myself, to be fairly honest with you. But anyway, let's change the experiment, shall we? I know you're drinking energy drinks. Honestly, it was actually recommended by what is it called? The people at the blood bank. You need something to increase your blood sugar after what is it called? Giving blood. So I'm enjoying this monster. You know, I'll give you another example of fearing and failure. When you're at the gym, many people can relate to watching this. Either you're at the gym, or if there's something in general, let's say you have the fear of heights, right? Many people do. Try and think, the next time you're bored, think of a way you can challenge your fear in order to make your day a little bit more exciting. I fear needles and I fear heights. There was a period of time where I climbed trees in order to challenge fear. There was a week consistently with no progress at all. I was stuck on the bottom branch of the tree itself because I was too afraid to take the next step. It wasn't before on day 8 that I took the final step and stepped on the second branch, then the third branch, then the fourth, then the fifth, and the sixth. And when I got this momentum going, fear kicked in, and it was like, oh shit, I'm really far up. Then the stress increased in my body, and at the same time I was really feeling nauseous and dizzy because I'd never been this far up in a tree before. So you know what I did? I locked myself around the tree branch, until I was able to focus on my breathing. And when I got a hold of myself, do you know what I did? I started climbing down one branch at a time. It was when I was able to focus on my breath and think, I'm not going to die by falling from this tree. Change my perspective and change my mindset. Everything became better. I still fear heights and I still fear needles. But from last year compared to now, that fear has been reduced because I started donating blood. I remember when I was even younger, at the age of 14, 15, 16, the smallest needle being injected into me, like vaccines and stuff like that, I hated it. I nearly cried my eyes out just by getting a little thing in my arm. Now if I go to the doctors, I have to take a blood sample. Here you go, here's my arm. Not a problem at all. But when would have to sit there for a long period of time and endure it, that's something that I need to work on. But I'm still grateful for the process of over time that how far I've come. And a thing I want you to understand is that, okay, who cares that I've gotten so far when it comes to donating blood or not, or being afraid of needles or not? You may not care. Jack may not care. Sarah may not care. But to be quite frankly honest with you, it is my life and I care. So it makes it very special to me. That's the thing you also need to kind of also, what is it called? Get that type of mindset too, where you need to understand that this is about you. If you understand what you fear and you challenge that fear, you will get in a self-accomplishment with just like, yeah, I just proved to myself that I was able to do this. An example, I hate needles. What do? I donate blood. Don't care about vaccines anymore because I have no problem of getting blood tests or getting vaccines. I still get tattoos, and that's needles that goes in and out of the skin all the time, and it hurts like hell. I still follow up by challenging fear. So should you. Challenge fear in a way today if you can. Like, let's say you have a fear of heights. Cool. Next time you drive home from work, fuck it. You see a climbable tree out the side of the street. Go park your car and go climb that tree. When was the last time you actually felt like a little child? I see people all the time drive back and forth in the street on the way to work, on the way home from work. They're living on autopilot. Where's your sense of adventure when you were a little kid? Oh, but I'm 40. Okay, who cares? Who cares who looks at you? Who cares if you fail? Who cares if you fall? The only thing that matters in this life is what you truly feel. If it makes you feel happy to buy something that makes you feel really happy, fuck it, go for it. You know what I did long ago? I bought a door sign shaped like a dick. And I've had it for nearly a year now. Why? Because why not? It's shaped like a fucking penis. It brings me joy. Makes me happy. And I said, fuck it. And the boys laugh at it every single time I come home. Just like, hey boys, this is you. Fear and failure, I understand, as it is fundamental in our human brain. But another thing you need to understand is that to live life in constant fear and failure, you'll never get anywhere. But if you challenge fear and failure consistently all the time and chase your own goals and chase your own dreams, you will get the maximum potential out of life. It is you versus you. Fuck everyone else but seek guidance when you need it. Take care, boys.